faces that I know from the Tri-State International Convention. It's good to go somewhere and see some familiar faces.
Amen, amen, amen.
From friendship and fellowship, so you get to meet folk from all over the country that believe just like you believe.
Yeah, praise God.
They sing hymns a little different than you sing.
Just a little.
You believe in the washing of the saints.
Yeah.
We had 18 states.
Come on.
Then we have primitive Baptist churches.
Praise God.
40 is a lot with them because 40 years ago we got married in June 77, so 40.
Praise God. Amen, amen, amen.
That have to deal with 40 in the Word.
Yeah.
We're grateful to our choir.
Amen, amen.
Thanking it not robbery to travel this way.
Thank you.
Support this preacher and this pastor.
Thank you.
Thank God for Minister Foster. And his son, Master David Foster.
Yeah.
Who I had the pleasure of baptizing at Crumpet Bethel.
Praise God.
I believe now he's a senior. Played for us. I think he's about 7, 8 years old when his dad brought him. And he comes in and out. He's multi-talented. Not only does he play, he handles the PA system, whatever needed to be done around the church. He just goes right in and handles the situation.
Yeah.
And it's good to have folk like that.
Amen, amen.
We have to have some of my deacons that have traveled up here to be with you. There's a couple of my ushers are here.
Praise God, praise God.
Other members of my church. So I heard the preacher say you want to try to feed the guest folk first. I heard food at first,
Yeah. Amen.
I was trying to get something on my Wednesday, but she would have fixed it for me. I said, no, I'll wait till everybody else eat and I'll give me something. It's good to have friends like that. But members of Crumpet Bethel, wave your hands so folk will know who you are in the audience.
Amen.
So we start talking about the pastor where you're close to members of the church. You never know who you may be sitting by or who may be listening, but I know you don't do that up here in Tennessee. Thank God for these preachers. My good friend, longtime friend, Pastor Carl Blackman. Many years ago when he was at Mount Sinai, trusted me when he went to his daughter's graduation in Florida. Trusted to bring this young preacher all the way up from Alabama to preach in how he sings. And it means a lot when folks think enough of you. And again, what my mama always told me, when folks do stuff for you, they don't have to.
Amen. Appreciate it. That's right. Amen.
So thank you, Crumpet Bethel, for doing something you didn't have to do.
That's right. Thank you, Crumpet Bethel.
Thank God for all of these preachers that are in the audience as well as in the pulpit, since it's getting close to lunchtime.
Come on.
In the book of Romans, a very familiar scripture, don't get caught up in the fact that you're familiar with it, that you missed the message.
That's right. Always something new.
Romans, the 10th chapter, verses 1, 2, and 3. But the whole chapter is good reading. Romans, the 10th chapter, verses 1, 2, and 3. When you find it, say amen.
Amen.
If you hadn't found it, say, wait, Pastor. That is in the New Testament.
That's right.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans. 1 Corinthians, you've gone too far. Romans, the 10th chapter.
Yeah.
Verses 1, 2, and 3, you find these words. Brother, my heart desire prayer to God for Israel, that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a will of God, but not according to knowledge. And they being ignorant of God's righteousness, going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God. What I want to talk about today are these 40 years that this pastor served the pleas of God in the heart. not with our service as men persons, but as the servants of Christ, doing the will of God from the heart. I want to talk about what the preacher really wants.
All right, all right.
Say it with me so you get it, so you won't run out here and say, what is that? What the preacher
really wants.
What the preacher really wants. Have mercy, Lord. What the preacher really wants. I'm sure on occasion like this one, but those of you in the choir perhaps say, what does the preacher really want? Yeah. We've done so much for him. He's been here 40-some years. What do you think we should get him this year? And often people are of the opinion and impression by virtue of the fact that in the scheme of humanity, in the ministry as well as in the other vocations, that there are people on every vocation, and what it has an eye in it, what's in it for them.
All right.
But when I passed by the scripture the other day, many times I've read, it recently came clear to me that what I was reading was a word from the mouth of a man of God about what he really wanted.
All right.
And some people are impressed and convinced and convicted and cannot be persuaded any different that God's men are interested in the outward indication of success. I've heard people say, all the preachers want is a big car and some good-looking suits and sharp shoes and good chicken dinner. They don't care nothing about us. They ain't interested in nobody but themselves. But I will submit to you in the ranks of the ministry and the totality of the number that there are those who have that as their agenda. In every profession and vocation, there are people who are self-serving and seeking their own advantage. All right. But when you encounter a real man of God and ask him what does he really want, before cars and clothes and anything else, you hear him say what Paul said. Matter of fact, it came to me a few days ago. I heard somebody say, and they extended the invitation to say to this group in this congregation and to some person who were out of the church. He said, I would rather for this anniversary that one soul would be saved than for the church to give me $10,000. But there are very few people who would take note of a statement like that. There are those are the kinds of statements that people don't try to remember. Those are the kind of statements that people quickly forget. But it brings to mind again, any real man of God has an interest because the job God has given him is not easy.
All right.
Oh, I know that's right. It's a job that's almost as close to impossible as you could ever get. I've said on a number of occasions that one of the significant problems that we encounter in the church as a responsible minister, as a man of God, is that God has only equipped the minister with words.
All right.
Words.
All right.
Words.
Words.
And when you think about sending somebody among people like you and I know with nothing but some words, that's high risky activity. Brothers and sisters in the church, just like on the street, you have all kind of people in the net of church membership. It's dangerous trying to change people who don't want to change. I said it's dangerous trying to change. It must be in Alabama, trying to change people who don't want to change with nothing but a word to back you up. It insults them and assaults them. It makes them mad. It makes them angry. When you think about it, Pastor Gasson, there's nothing more powerful
than the word.
Than the word of God.
That's right. Yeah.
And when I consider that it's the responsibility of the man of God is really to change the world with words. And that's almost like breaking a sidewalk with a light bulb. Oh, so y'all get at the stop sign.
Come on.
I'll give you a chance in a second. Can you imagine trying to crack a sidewalk with a light bulb? That's pretty close to the task that the man of God has, because most of the people that I have encountered with, except of the very young or the very saved, are already thoroughly mixed up and permanently sick. And so no matter what you say, they don't think it fits them. No, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about the person sitting next to you. We've already set in our ways. We're already thoroughly mixed up, and just like concrete, we're permanently set. We're already thrown in a certain position, and nothing, absolutely nothing can change us. Preacher can preach till he fall out, and people will go out to church the same way they came in. And then you want to know what the preacher really wants. Well, let me tell you, automobile can't take the place of trying to compensate on getting the job done. Because when you face the Lord, he ain't gonna ask you how many cars did you have. So any real man of God, it might come in his benefit, but that ain't one of his interests. But it's not preeminent. Most ministers I know will give up a salary a few weeks or a few months just to have people who are ready to obey the will of God. Have you ever had a child that you tried to get a point across?
Yeah.
And no matter how many times you whipped in, it just didn't sink in. And you find yourself saying, well, didn't I just get you about that yesterday? The same thing, you right back in the same place again. I told you don't go around the corner. I just beat you. I'm tired of beating you. Aren't you tired of beating you? So some of y'all got children like that. And some of y'all were children like that. There's absolutely nothing that can compensate for the obedience of that child. You would rather for that child to just hear what you say than anything else they can do. I mean, they can't wash enough dishes to make you happy with disobedience. They can't keep the house clean enough to make you forget they went somewhere you told them not to go. And yet the preacher, the man of God, is faced with the awesome responsibility of not speaking to children primarily. Though the Bible says, let's become as little children where no wise can enter into the kingdom. We got a whole new perspective of this thing. And we don't have any children in the church, not even the children of children. But we have adults who keep reminding us of the fact that the Bible says, unless you become as a little child, don't mean anything, man. Because the first thing they said, Reverend, I'm grown. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. I'm my own person. I'm my own man. And yet the word of God clearly says, unless you become as a little child, you can't get into the kingdom. There ain't gonna be no grown folk in heaven. There ain't but one daddy, and that is God. We are all his children. And so if you ask a real man of God, what does he really want? All you have to do is read Romans 10.
Yeah.
And hear him say, brethren,
Yeah, my heart's desire.
my heart desire prayers to God
Yeah.
for my people that they might
Be saved.
I've known people in the church who have extended the invitation to people to come to church, and they would turn them down, and they say, well, I ain't going to ask them no more. I already asked them once. And then you think that the minister who has just told the same people the same thing over and over and over, if it said 1,000 times, it still wouldn't be enough. Thus saith the Lord, it does not sink in. The real man of God, the real people, preacher want people saved.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if people are saved, he can sleep at night. If people are saved, he doesn't have to wonder what's going to happen when he's gone. What a real preacher wants is people who are saved, because a saved church is an active church. I said a saved church is an active church. A saved church is a growing church. A saved church is a soul-winning church. A saved church is a haven of peace with the absence of confusion. It's the presence of unity and the absence of division. What a real man of God wants is people to get saved. Because if people are saved, it makes the job easier. Nobody enjoys saying the same thing over. Not even a fool gets pleasure out of repeating the same thing over and over again. But the gospel and preaching is designed for one purpose, to make you change your ways. That's the difference in preaching and speaking and orating and lecturing. You can make a presentation and people can do what they want with it if you just make a speech. But preaching has one purpose, to not stop until you change your ways. That's the purpose of preaching. I remember our preacher one day was called to a church in Mississippi, and he only went there twice a month. And every time he went, the sermon he candidated for the church and was elected on was, good children, love you one another. And the first Sunday back, everybody was expecting, excited about the new preacher, and his first sermon was, little children, love one another. Women, you know, I saw sermon. And so finally, the brethren, after a little urging, told the pastor, we want to meet with you after church service. And he said, yes, and they met with him. And he said, Reverend, you know we like you, and you're a good guy, but they say, Reverend, I ain't still figured out who they is yet. They say, the people are saying that you know that the other thing, the people are talking, they say, then you need to change your sermon. They say, don't you know another sermon? So you keep on preaching the same sermon every Sunday. Say, we thought the first couple of times, maybe you had forgotten what you had preached the last time, and we were giving you the benefit of the doubt. We're giving you another time. But by now you ought to know, matter of fact, you look out there among the people, they're saying it right along with you. Preacher said, well, I'll tell you the way I feel about it, brother. I didn't forget. I don't need to move on to another sermon.
you start doing the first one.
That's right.
Somebody preach, Robinson, I believe I will. You know, some people are always interested. They can shout out the same song every Sunday. But if the preacher ever hit the same sermon twice in a year, he ain't come with old reruns. I done heard that before, but you can shout out the same song every Sunday and never complain about a rerun. They want the preacher to move on, you know, so they don't have time, the chance for it to settle in one spot.
All right.
But preaching is designed to get you to change your way. It's not to entertain you, it's not to agitate you. And people are so quick, oh, Reverend just meant, well, that's the whole purpose of preaching.
Come on.
You want somebody to say what you like, you can do that. Everything you say you probably like, except for a couple of things you wish you'd pull back. Other than that, you like everything you say. So if you're looking for somebody to just say what you like, then talk to yourself. But a man of God is interested in getting you to change your way. And it's a difficult job. And somebody said, oh, well, Paul, what's your hope? What is your expectation? What do you want people to do? What do you see in them? What do you want? He said, well, brother, I tell you what I want. If you want my opinion, he said, what I want is for my people to be saved. He said, my desire, my heart desire, and my prayer for God for Israel, that they might be saved. That's the first thing the preacher wants. A real man of God wants people to be saved, because saved people love one another. I said saved people love. I ain't talking about church folk. I said saved folk love one another. Saved people are long-suffering with one another. They're tolerant with one another. They embrace you when you're right, and they stay right next to you when you're wrong to get you right. A preacher won't save people, because saved people make the job of promoting the gospel easier. Then he said, now I want to give you the testimony. He said, I've had them record that they have a zeal of God.
But not according.
It's in the text, but not according to knowledge.
That's right.
A real preacher wants people who have knowledge of God's word. That's what a real preacher wants. People who are saved and people who are not working on zeal. There's nothing worse than a zealous who's ignorant. There's nothing worse than a person with zeal and no knowledge. You want somebody who knows about the Lord. And there are too many people in the church, you will find out that men and women our age are not committed to knowing more and more about the Lord. There's absolutely nothing more important than having people who have zeal to have knowledge. A person with zeal can mess the world up. Have you ever seen people who think they're right? Some of the worst errors have been created by people who say, well, Reverend, I thought that was the right thing to do. There's no room for thought when knowledge is available. You're not left on your own to do nothing without knowledge. I mean, you can find instructions for anything. You don't have to live your life just trying to figure things out. God wants people with knowledge and zeal. But our churches are often filled with people with zeal and no knowledge. And it's dangerous. It handicaps the church. It limits the church. And most of all, it makes the preacher job much harder. When you have to deal with folk who have operated on what looked right, what they've been doing all these years. You could have been doing anything all these years and still been doing it wrong, because you've been doing it all these years. Don't make it right. So what, you've been lying for 40 years? It ain't became the truth yet. Some people so quick to say, well, we've been doing it this long. You could have been doing it long wrong.
That's right.
We have too many people with zeal. The road to failure is paved with good intentions. Too much zeal, beyond zeal. We need knowledge, because some people have zeal, but their knowledge does not inform them how God works.
All right.
People trying to make things happen. You ever seen that people who don't know how to wait on God? Don't know that the Lord say wait. Don't know they wait on the Lord. They ain't heard that. Wait, I say on the Lord. They ain't heard that. And so they just become activists. You know, if ain't nothing shaking, they just shake it to say I'm shaking something. You see, I'm doing something. They just got to make something happen. But that's zeal. But knowledge will tell you, when you're going as far as you can go, knowledge say, don't make it shake. If it ain't shaking, let God shake it. Some people don't have knowledge. Paul said, said, I know they have a zeal of God. They got a glimpse. They have a generalized idea about God and what God wants. But brothers and sisters, how do you know what God wants?
That's right. All right.
When you don't come to church.
Jesus.
Can't get back up in here.
Jesus.
How you know what God wants? When you sleep on the sermon on Sunday morning.
Come on.
How do you know what God wants when you don't come to training union, you don't read your Bible, and you don't come to Bible study, and you talking about that's what I thought was right?
Jesus.
How can you ever have knowledge if you're not willing to be a good steward? Church for too many people have just been a place to show up. And it's been said many times in many places for many people, the church is just a familiar meeting spot where they've been meeting all these years. But before they ain't coming to get changed, they're not coming to change their way. Most people are unwilling to admit that there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
And everyone will say, oh, I can approve. But you ask them where. They start scratching their head. Talking about I can't think of nothing right now.
Jesus.
But I know there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
Well, if you're so sure, most people don't think there's room for improvement. They allow their zeal to overwhelm their knowledge. But if you really want to give the preacher, the pastor what he wants, bring your Bible.
Yeah.
Read it. Study it. Because if you read the Bible, you can say amen to the preacher.
That's right.
That's why a lot of people can't say amen. They don't know what you're talking about.
Come on.
They don't know what's in the Bible. They never read it. And you shouldn't have to take anybody's word to get your own Bible.
That's right.
So what the preacher really, God wants, God's man wants people who have knowledge. People to have knowledge of God means you are ready to follow the vision of God's man.
All right.
To have knowledge of God is to understand how God works with his earthly instruments and vessels. Paul said, I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. All they have is an ideal of God. He said they have an instinctive, intuitive zeal about God when they have never studied God. You can't please God without studying his word. I said you can't please God without studying his word. You can't accidentally and incidentally and coincidentally look up on what's right. You got to know what's right. You got to know the word. That's what the Bible says. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Yeah, I got to get out of here.
Come on.
In closing, there are a lot of people who are moving with zeal. They're moving on zeal. What looked right, what was right, what's always been right, the way we always been doing it. But I'm here to tell you that many people are captive of their custom. They're trapped by their tradition, and they've never been taught the testament. You want to please God, you got to know his word. Paul said, I bear them record. They have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God. That's the danger of operating on zeal. That's what happened to the church when people are without knowledge and nothing but some zeal. They don't understand God's righteousness, and so they make up rules as they go along. They don't understand God's righteousness, so they make up their own righteousness. That's why in the church today people will do just about tolerate almost anything because they have not committed themselves unto the righteousness of God. For they have gone about to establish their own righteousness. In other words, they've lowered the level of right and they've lifted the level of wrong, and it all become diluted. Brothers and sisters, the preacher really wants his people to be saved. I heard Paul say, if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God had raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. Well, Reverend, what is it that I need to believe? I'm glad you have. You need to believe that Jesus came down 42 generations, stopped off in Bethlehem, Judea, 8 days old. He was circumcised at the age of 12. He was in the temple with the doctrine of the law at the age of 30. John was in the Jordan River, and I heard John say, behold, the Lamb of God who taketh away the sin of the world. He said, John, I need you to baptize me. And John baptized him in the Jordan River. And when Jesus came out of the water, the Spirit of God in the form of a dove landed on his shoulder. And I heard a voice from heaven say, this is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased. He healed the sick, he raised the dead, opened blinded eyes. On one Friday evening, they were hungry for high, and strength is wide. He locked his head in his shoulder, and he died. There were 4 ways that Jesus died. He died naturally. He didn't go in no coma. He didn't go in no freeze. The brain wouldn't stop. Blood stopped running in his veins, and he died unnaturally because he was holy, and it ain't natural for holy things to die. Then he died supernaturally. He died before he was born, and you never heard of somebody dying before they were born. But in the book of Revelation, there was a lamb on the altar of God that was slain before the foundation of the world. He died supernaturally. No man took his life. He gave it freely. He died. But that's not how the story is. Took him down, put him in a borrowed tomb, and on Friday night, he stayed right there. Saturday night, he stayed right there. Right there. Put up the Holy Ghost. Keep your hand in God's hand. Put your other hand in the winding chain. Rub your nose against the grindstone and keep a heaven in your view. Two wings gonna bear my feet.